Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you a little eBay haul I got. So I got this lot off of eBay. I paid quite a bit of money for it, I'm not going to lie. And I'm a little dissatisfied, not from the products that I got, but the way it was packaged and sent to me. So it was basically packaged in a plastic envelope, which is a huge no-no when you're shipping dolls, and I'm gonna be completely honest, most dolls, unless it's like a rag doll or something like that, but even then I prefer it to be in a box. They were bubble wrapped and everything, but that still does not excuse what they did. As I paid a lot of money for these. I paid close to $140. It was like $138 and some change. That's including tax and shipping and everything, so I paid a lot of money for these. Now, one of the dolls in this lot she's worth it. I'm gonna be completely honest. It was a lot of two and everything like that, and she's completely worth it, but I expected them, for the price that I paid, to be packaged much better than what they were, so I left them feedback, and I ended up getting a teeny little bit of money back, which, you know, helps, but still, I just do not think that that was right of them to do, and yes, so anyways, this is the lot I got. I got a bubble cut Barbie. Here she is. Her face is pretty darn yellow, I'm not gonna lie. And it looks like she has some browning going on with her ears here, so I don't know if she's been treated for green ear or not. I didn't see this in the photos, really. Maybe from the lighting, but she looks quite a bit, she's really yellow, her face. So I was actually soaking her in some denture tablets earlier, but I'm just so impatient that I took it out and I wanted to make this video and everything. But yeah, she's like a strawberry blonde color. Her lips have gone completely white, which is common. I think she's like a 62 bubble cut, somewhere around there. Her eye makeup has gone white. Her eyebrows are actually in really good shape, and her eyes have also gone a little bit pale. But other than that, she's in pretty decent shape. I need to, like, bleach her face, make it a little bit lighter, and then fix up her paint a bit and get her back on her body. Her body's in pretty good shape. It is a little, this arm is a little bit, as you can see, she's dirty and everything, but this arm's pretty loose, which also happens. Like, the plastic will sometimes shrink, or it will just, like, get worn out around the rim, and that will cause it to be like this. So yeah, but there is a way to fix that. Her nails are still retain a little bit of color. Her toes have a little bit of paint on them. See, she's like super duper dirty. I haven't scrubbed these dolls properly yet. She came in her original swimsuit, which is right here, which I never had one of these, so I'm very grateful that she came in this. As you can see, that doesn't really have any staining or anything going on. I'm going to be really careful. It does have a little bit of fraying right in here, but that's like common with these swimsuits. You're most likely not going to find a really perfect one out there all the time. Usually the stitches or something is undone at some point, so it does have a little hair or something going on right there. Don't know what that's from. I'll get that off. So yeah, but pretty good condition overall. No stains or anything, no fading. So yeah, she came in that, and she also came with this pair of shoes. Now, I looked it up, and a lot of them had red shoes, but I don't know if these are actually the red shoes that she came with, because they seem quite a bit more, like, flexible than I would assume, like, an older Barbie shoe being. Usually, Barbie shoes have either, like, they were made hard, or they, like, went hard after a while. Does that say, it has a country make in there? I think it says Malaysia, so it's, yeah, Malaysia. So these are most definitely not her shoes, but they work with her outfit and everything, so we'll be keeping them on her. I think this one probably says Malaysia as well. Yeah, Malaysia. I thought they were a little bit too flexible, but they work pretty well for her. Since a lot of the Barbie shoes, they're so brittle now, and the feet, being so big and such, will be like, you'll put them on, and then this little strap here will often snap. I've had some snap before where they weren't even snapped, and just keeping it on the doll and stuff like that will cause it to, like, get super stretched out and we'll just snap it. And I think one of the feet, usually on these Barbie dolls, I've seen a lot. You can see the legs are a bit longer on this side. The leg is a little longer. I think one of the feet are actually a bit longer than, she actually has some staining, I just realized, from her shoes. I'm pretty sure, at least, going on there. So that's not good, but I'll see about trying to fix that. Just because of that, I don't know if I'll keep the shoes on her. But yeah, she is the wider neck knob, and she does have Midge and Barbie on her butt. All her pinky fingers and everything, so that's good. Overall, she's in decent condition, you know. Her face is... This is very common for them to go yellow and lose the color in their lips and stuff. Not so common, I don't think, for the eyeshadow to go this white. I don't see many examples with that, so that I don't know what happened there, but definitely interesting to see this like dark ring around her ear. She could have most definitely been treated for green ear at some point with either like CLR. I hear that'll make like a brown area up here on the doll. But yeah, that's her. Oh, and she came with these little, sorry about that, some crud on this blanket, but she came with these little cute panties. They kind of remind me of like Blythe panties or something, I don't know. But they fit her rather nicely, so I might actually use this for the other doll that I got, which was this girl right here. Now her lower half was soaking in the denture tablets, as you can see. Okay, so first of all, this is a number 4 ponytail Barbie. So she was the 4th ever released Barbie, 4th style, I assume. Well, 5th if you think about the very first Barbies were hand painted. The number 1 Barbies. So you have the number 1 Barbie, the very first ones which were hand painted. Then you have the kind of like 2nd edition, 1st edition Barbie, where her face was, I believe, like stenciled. So you put the stencil on and then you airbrush. I think it was done like that. And then you have the 2nd edition Barbie, which is the same as the 1st, just no holes in the feet. Then the 3rd, which has this face, essentially, which I have right here next to me. And she is nude at the moment. So let me just put that stand there. As you can see, yeah, she does have some stainage going on here. This is a number 3 Barbie. This is a number 4. You can clearly see that in the face area, they're very, very similar in the way that their makeup is done and stuff. This one does have the brown eyeshadow, but somebody had painted over mine with blue, and I don't know why. I don't know why that happened, so I tried to get that off, but her eyeshadow is kind of jacked up. But yeah, this one, the number 3s had blue or brown, and then this one solely had like blue. The number 4s. Yeah, her lips are a little bit chipped. Well, not chipped, but like smudged, I guess. Sorry that the camera isn't focusing properly. But yeah, you can see that. But I'm glad that most of her lips are still there. Might be able to touch up around that. Her eyebrows are pretty much there, but she is missing a little bit over here, so I might need to go in with some paint and work with that. Let me see. The tips of her eyelashes look pretty good. Probably will touch up like that area right there, that little smudged area. Oh, and she does have a teeny tiny little nose nip at the very end of her nose. You can really see it from this angle, not gonna lie. So I'm gonna go in with a little bit of my acrylic powder, nail powder, and I'm gonna build that up a little bit there. With some of that acrylic powder. I've done it before and it works pretty good, so she should look pretty flawless after I'm done with that. And touch up her paint and stuff. She is dirty, as you can see. I need to wipe her down. I wiped her down a little bit to see if I could get some of this dirt off with a little bit of a magic eraser, but I didn't want to go ham on this painted areas. And what distinguishes I don't have a number 5 to show you. How you can tell that this is a number, not a number 5 and it's a number 4, is the style of the bangs. Well, for one, she'll have the same, I don't know what it is called. You have like this doll right here, for example. This is like a blown plastic. It's like a hollow torso. You can hear that? This one is a solid vinyl torso. Can you hear that? And how I found that out was, so on these dolls, how you can tell is, one, the finish is a little bit more shiny than this one. And see, this one's just a teeny bit more matte looking. This one's super duper shiny. And another thing I look for when I'm looking at these number 4s, or if it's just like if their original body, is the seam line. So on this doll right here, you can see the seam line is going straight down, and it's quite, it's quite visible. Right here, what they did was, it's kind of on a curve. It's kind of got a curve edge in it. You can see it's going like that. And what it looks like they did was, they took something sharp and they went down it. You can kind of see that little like ridge, those little like slashes in there. And they cut off the excess to smooth it out. And I think it's the same on this doll as well, on my number 3. Her seam line is a little bit more visible, as you can see, but it does look like, let me see, look up close. Can't really see the bottom of the seam line, but I'm assuming it goes like a curve as well. Let me look at this side. Yeah, you can see that that's going on a curve right there. And she does have that same like ridge thing, those like little lines, those little gashes going up on her seam line. So I'm pretty sure somebody took a sharp object, and it's very visible on these dolls because it's a soft vinyl plastic. You can kind of squeeze it a little bit. It has a little bit of, yeah, this one, you can't really see it, but when you squeeze it, it's like squishy almost. And these have softer, you can see that's very flexible. This hand is not very flexible. You can see I can pretty much get that to flex like that, and it's the same for these dolls. So yeah, the only difference with these dolls is the type of plastic they used retained its color, but it's still like the soft vinyl feel of the number 1, 2, and 3s. Besides that, it's the same molding and everything. She doesn't have, so basically the original dolls, the first 4 dolls, to me, have a chubbier face than the later release dolls. Like the number 5, and mostly the number 5s, they changed the face somehow, and it could be due in part like to the neck peg or something, I'm not sure, but they have a slightly more chubby face to me. And later release Barbies will have chubbier faces as well, like this one right here. This bubble cut is a later release bubble cut, and she has a bit of a chubbier face. And then you have your swirl pony face, which a lot of the American Girls use and such. Yeah, so it's just like a whole lot of stuff going on in these old vintage Barbies, and that's why I really like them, and I really wanted to get my hands on a number 4. Especially this one because she's a brunette. Her hair is not pure black. It looks like it, but it's really a very dark brunette color, and they are referred to as brunettes. And why I wanted this one in particular was the brunettes for the first 4 dolls are a little bit harder to come by, so numbers 1 through 4 will have usually be in blonde. They will be both in blonde or brunette. Those are the only 2 colors they had. But yeah, so the brunettes are much more, I'm not going to say sought after, but they're a little bit harder to find online and such like that. You're mostly going to find like blondes and stuff. So yeah, I really wanted her because I love the brunette color, and I always wanted a brunette. Either a number, I would love to own a number 1 or 2, but that is out of my budget currently. But the next best thing, I would love to have owned a number 3 brunette with blue eyeshadow. That's beautiful. But this is the next best thing, right? This is a number 4. She looks pretty darn similar to the number 3, and she has the blue eyeshadow and she has the brunette hair. And I love the first 4 Barbies that came out. They will have these like really tight curly bangs, so they have like individual curls, whereas the number 5 started to lose that like really tight curl, and they had more of a bushy bang. Oh, somebody is vacuuming in the background. Apologies. But yeah, I will be needing to go in and fix up her face paint and fix that little nose nip and stuff. But other than that, she's in pretty good condition, except for her legs. Her legs, this is a common issue I've seen on a lot of different number 4 Barbies, where their like vinyl will go like this really gross looking like dirt color. I don't know how to describe it. She does have a little nick in her leg right there, but in a stain. But I'm gonna see what I can do to remove that. I don't want to use any bleaching, like say an acne cream on this doll, because I've heard the acne cream can stay in the vinyl and continuously bleach it over time, which I have done that for some vintage Barbies, and I've heard it from other people and stuff like that, and I heard it can happen. And I know that for some of these older dolls, I don't know if, so I know that these dolls were originally a white color when they were first molded, like they were a lighter color at least, and then they were dyed or something along those lines. The color, that's why the color fades so much in these dolls, the original 3. I know that these were, it was a different plastic or something that either retained the color better. I don't know if they dyed them separately. I know a lot of older toys dyed their toys separately. I just don't know if these were dyed separately or this is like the actual color of the vinyl. So I don't really want to go in with bleaching chemicals. If I had some hydrogen peroxide, because that evaporates, that kind of evaporates, I've heard. So I may end up trying that. I don't know. I don't know what else to use though, so don't really have too many options for that. But if I can't get that bleached out, then I do have a reproduction, not an enchanted evening dress. It's like the black dress that goes all the way down, and it's like kind of like a mermaid style dress, and then it fans out here and has some ruffles, some like tulle, if you will, and it's like this sparkly material with the microphone and everything. I forget the name of that outfit, but yeah. I will need to make her some earrings. These dolls came with, I believe, either, sorry, my phone keeps trying to not focus, so I'm pretty sure that they came with either hoops or pearl earrings. I don't know if the number 3s came. I think they did at some point later on. They started coming with like the little pearls, but I know the at least the number 1 and 2, they came with the hoop earrings. So yeah, I want to make her some pearl earrings, and I want to make this one some pearl earrings because this one would originally had pearl earrings. And I do have some pearls, and I know how to make them, so I'm probably going to make her some as well, as my number 3, probably, but yeah. So that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed. Oh yeah, and the reason this doll's head is off, don't know if I mentioned, I was soaking her in some denture tablets and stuff, so that's why her head's off. So anyways, I'm going to go off of here and start cleaning these up pretty good and what have you. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and my little haul and my little eBay fiasco when it came to this packaging these dolls were in. But yeah, if you enjoyed, I'm glad, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye everyone.